Okay, so to get this started here, we are going to take this quite a bit into the upper body. So all through the shoulders, the chest, the upper back, have that in mind, very much through the core as well. We're taking this toward a lopsided crow, and that is my demonstration for today. So let me just go through this very quickly here. At the end of the flow, every sequence will bring you to the front of the mat, as usual in crow. You're going to come into this from a forward fold. So you have both hands down about shoulder width, dig your fingertips down, lift your heels. Bring the knees to touch your arms, and then look forward and lean. Go slow, at least come into the setup of the pose. Good enough here. If you're going to take things further into balancing, lean so your feet lift together. Just shift your weight. Big toes to touch, heels to your seat. Take that to where you can. And just work that as best you can. You can always just stick with crow. If you want the lopsided crow, I'm going to cue that immediately after. For that, you're going to come down to all fours. So when you come down, this is going to be a lopsided shape, keep in mind. So the knee's going to be down, but you're going to come down to one forearm and then just stay on one hand with the other elbow lifted. So my right forearm's down. The elbow stays to the side. I'm going to bring that hand to the center so that forearm's diagonal. My left hand slides back so I can stack the elbow directly over the wrist. Keep the elbow pulled into your side. And then just look down. Tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees. Get your hips up high. You basically come into a lopsided dolphin here. And then walk it further in. The higher you get the hips, the more stable you're going to be in this shape, keep in mind. So to really try to get your butt up in the air. And then my left elbow's lifted. So my left knee goes to my left arm first. Use your inner thigh. Squeeze your legs together. Don't forget this step. And then see about lifting that second foot up. You're pulling the legs in close toward your torso and squeezing the legs toward each other. And that's what keeps this stable. The more vertical you are, the better off you'll be coming into that shape and the more stable. So just work that as best you can. Now, there's a way to come into this one pose to the next, and I'll just show this once. If you want to play around with it, feel free, especially if you're more experienced. And if you want to bypass that, don't worry about it. But just to show that this is possible. You can start this from crow and go to the lopsided crow. So from here, I'm just going to come into balancing basically both knees, one knee on each arm. And then I'm going to take this and bring my left elbow down to the floor. So you want to start with your hips up high and your head low still. I'm going to release my left leg and squeeze it toward the right. And then just look down, grip the floor with your fingers, try to stay as vertical as you can through the torso, and then control that last few inches. And what happens is typically here, you may roll off to the side. It's not unusual to tumble from this pose, or from that transition, I should say, but work it as best you can. If you fall off to the side, it's not that big a deal. I've done that dozens of times. That's how you figure it out. So just work things as best you can here. So to get this started, let's go ahead and bring this onto our knees, and we're going to start this on the shins. Now I want you to start this out tucking your toes underneath you just to stretch out the bottoms of your feet. So go ahead and see that all 10 toes are tucked underneath. You can reach back and find a pinky toe to be sure the pinky toes comply. And then bring yourself upright. Now I know if the soles of your feet are tight, this can be excruciating. You can let this go anytime. Don't torture yourself. But if you can hold on to it, engage it. So press the toes down into the floor as though you're clawing your toes down. And feel that stretch all through the soles of the feet working into the arches. And at any point, if you had too much, go ahead and let this go. You don't have to hold on to this position, but if you can stay upright, go ahead and settle in here. Otherwise, you can sit with your feet flat underneath you, maybe take a cross-legged seat, whatever suits you best. But open up your palms and your lap somewhere. Keep your spine tall. Reach the crown of the head up, but let your shoulders sink down. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in, let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, drawn as much air as you can, try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top for just a moment. And when you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. When you're ready, here, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. And then bring your hands down in front of you. Go ahead, release your feet. Whether the toes are tucked or not, just go ahead and shake them out for a moment. And then bring yourself back to an upright seat. And I'm just turning for the camera here. Take this slow. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach us up high. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reach us up high. Exhale, lean to the right side. Right hand down, left arm reaching right. Stretch this out long. Inhale, bring it back to center. Reach up. And then with the exhale, lean left. Left hand down, right arm reaching left. Stretch long here. With the inhale, come back up to center. Reach high. And with the exhale, lean further right. Right hand a little bit further away. Left arm stretching to the right side. Inhale, bring it back up to center. And with the exhale, lean further left. Left hand further away from you as that right arm stretches long. Inhale, back up to center. Reach high. Now with the exhale, lean even further right. Right hand goes away from your body. Reach the left arm right. Maybe bend the right elbow and sink that elbow toward the floor to take it further here. But just breathe. Now with your next inhale, bring it back to vertical. Reach up through both arms. With the exhale, take it still further left. Left hand down away from you. Right arm reaching across. Gaze up high and just hold here. With your next inhale, bring it back to center. Reach up. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down through center. And down to the floor in front of you. Come into all fours. And from all fours, just take a moment here. Move around a little bit. And we'll extend out into a puppy dog position from here. So I want you to keep your hips stacked over your knees as they are and keep your hands active. Come up onto the fingertips, lift your palms, and keep the arms in line. Keep them parallel. Walk your hands forward with the palms still lifted and stretch this out. Keep your hips up high and just lengthen this out. So it's one long line from the wrist creases all the way up through to the hips. Now press into the fingertips to pull yourself forward. Pull the hips back. Look forward with your head still lifted. And then just go down and up in a cow and cat movement here. So sink your chest toward the floor. Look forward as you inhale. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in and round your spine into a long arc. And take it back and forth like this, sinking down and rounding back up. Keep your hips up high. Keep stretching long as your fingertips pull you forward. And just breathe here. You don't have to move too deep. You're just trying to work that length as you're going back and forth. And then the next time you sink down low, go ahead, take this as low as you can. And you can bring your forehead to the floor, maybe the chin, maybe your chest. Go ahead, come down to your palms, down from the fingertips. And then really pull. So press into your hands. Draw yourself forward, but pull your hips back at the same time and work the arch of the full length of your spine. Shoulder blades pressing toward your mid-back as your hips pull back toward your heels. And then slowly come back out of this. So walk your hands back in, come into all fours. And just move around a little bit, loosen up. And then from here, we'll take this further into the front of the body, but from kneeling. So go ahead, walk your knees forward and see your knees are about hips width distance apart, so a little space between your legs. And you can have your feet flat behind you. You can tuck your toes. Actually, I probably recommend you have your feet flat, but whatever works best. Bring yourself upright and then put your hands behind your head. So interlace your fingers, palms open, elbows wide. Pull your shoulders back and keep your chest open. Squeeze your glutes and press the hips forward. Now you're going to feel this through the thighs in particular, from the knees all the way through the front of the hips. Work this as best you can and keep your glutes engaged. But kick into the floor, hinge from the knees, lean this back a few inches. Feel this out. And then press into the floor. Keep your glutes squeezing as you come forward. Again like that, lean this back. Keep your chest open. Just take it the way you can. And then press your feet into the floor. Bring your hips forward. And then one more time. Keep your glutes engaged. Lean this back. And then just bring it straight forward. And this time we'll take it a little bit differently. So I want you to bring your hands to your chest and keep them here. Shoulders back. Glutes still engaged. Hips still pressed forward. And this time lean back but turn to the right. Reach with your right hand. Just lightly touch the floor. And then come back up the center. Glutes still engaged. Lean back and reach your left hand back. Touch the floor with your fingers. And then bring it back to center. Take it slow. Lean back again. Reach with your right hand. Feel that stretch of your thighs again. And then come back to center here. Lean back. Reach with your left hand. Maybe take it further, but keep your glutes squeezing. And then bring it back to center. We'll take one more round. So lean back. Reach with the right hand. Touch the floor. Hold. Glutes are still engaged. Still kick with your feet. Just try to hover the right hand. Stay where you are. And then bring this back to center. And then lean back, reach with your left hand, hold here, glutes still engaged, touch the floor for a moment. Keep the hand in place, but hover your fingers again. And then bring it back up to center. And then come down into all fours again and move around. And just loosen up your low back in particular. Maybe move from the hips and just twist a little bit here. Move however you like. And then come back into all fours. Now, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Look down at your hands. And with your palms facing down, rotate each hand, fingertips out to the side. Try to rotate your fingertips toward your knees. Come as far in that rotation as you can. Set your hands flat, spread the fingers out wide, grip the floor. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and keep your spine lifted. Keep the shoulder blades spread apart. And this is good enough right here if you want to stay with this. Now, if you want to take it further, keep that grip with your fingertips pressing down. And then if you want to go further, put the weight to your left knee. And then lift your right foot. Keep the right knee bent, but reach that right foot over to the floor on the left side. And then come back into center and set the right knee down. Just work to open your hips one at a time. Lift your bent left leg. Reach that left foot over and then down to the right. And then come back into center. You're still gripping the floor. Right leg lifts. Keep the knee bent. Reach the big toe down to the floor, over to the left. And then bring this back into center. And then lift your bent left leg. Big toe goes up and over, down to the right. And come back to center here. One more round. Lift your right leg. Keep the knee bent. Reach that foot over to the left. And then again, bring this back to center. And then lift your bent left leg. Reach that foot down over to the right. And then come back to center here. And then once you're back at center, come up onto the fingertips. Bring the hands in even closer to your knees, maybe about 1 or 2 hands lengths forward. And flip your hands over. Backs of the hands up, palms, backs of the hands up, no, backs of the hands down. There we are, palms facing up, fingers spread wide, and fingertips still pointing toward you. Let's see if I can keep all this straight. Now put as much weight to the legs as you need to. You don't always bring your hands in closer, but press into the fingertips. Try to keep your arms straight and let that stretch go through the backs of the hands up into the forearms. If this is good enough, stay here, but if you can take it further, then start to move the legs as well. So bring the right knee past your left leg, more like an eagle bind as your legs cross. And then come back into center. And then cross the left leg behind the right. And come back to center. We'll switch this out a few times. Bring the right leg past the left again, squeeze in. And then come back to center. Keep your fingertips pressing down. Left leg crosses behind the right. And then bring this back into center. Bring the right leg behind the left and cross. Come back to center here. Bring the left leg behind the right and cross again. And then bring this back into center. Come up onto the fingertips now, just sitting on your heels, and then just take a moment, shake your hands out, loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once the hands are ready, come back into all fours, and we'll warm this up a little bit further. And then once you're ready, let's take it from all fours and into a modified side plank here. So the right side's going to be your base. Go ahead and step the left foot behind the right, bring the left hand to your left hip, and just stack everything vertically, your left shoulder and left hip above the right. To take it further, reach your left arm high. Grip the floor with your right hand. See about lifting your left foot. And then go ahead and release this. Come back to center, back to all fours. Take the other side. Right foot behind the left. Bring the right hand to the right hip, open to the side. Now to take it further, reach that right arm high. Grab the floor with your left hand. See about lifting the right foot. And then bring it back down and come back to all fours. Take the other side. Left foot behind the right. And then left hand to your left hip. See about lifting your left arm high, and then see about reaching your left arm forward. Bicep over here. Lift your left leg. This might be good enough. Keep gripping the floor, but if you can go further, take an inhale. And with the exhale, squeeze this in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, reach as long. And then with the exhale, just come back to center, back to all fours. Take it on the other side. Right foot behind the left, right hand to your right hip, open to the side. Now to take it further, you can reach that right arm high. If you can go further still, sweep the right arm forward, bicep over your ear. See about lifting that right leg. And if you want to move here, take an inhale. Exhale, squeezes in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, stay open to the side. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, reach this out long. And then with the exhale, come back to all fours. Now from all fours, we're going to take this down into a forearm side plank. A modified version at least. Bring that right forearm down to the floor. So elbow to the side, bring the right hand to center. And then to step the left foot behind the right. So you're going to stay on the right knee. Bring the left hand to your left hip. See about lifting that left foot up off the floor and maybe stay here. Now, if you can take it further, take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face. When you keep the shoulder pulled back, you're still open to the side. And if you can take it further still, bend your left knee, point it toward the ceiling, big toe toward the floor. You're opening up the hip. Now, just moving that left leg. Touch the left big toe down to the mat in front of you. And then lift the knee, touch the big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front one more time. Lift the knee, big toe down behind, and then bring it back into center. Come back to hands and knees. And let's take this on the other side. Bring your left forearm down. Left hand comes into center. Step the right foot behind the left. And then bring the right hand to the right hip and open to the side. If you can take this further, take the half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face, when you pull the shoulder back. See about lifting that right leg. You can always stay here. Now, if you can take it further, bend the right knee, but open up the hip. Right knee to vertical, toe points down toward the floor. And then just move the right leg. Touch the big toe down to the mat in front of you. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Woo! Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind one more time. And then come back to center, come back to all fours. Take a moment here, move around. And then from all fours, we're going to take this into a forearm plank. So I want you to bring both forearms to the floor. And you can set this up however you like, with the palms down and the forearms parallel with the palms together. To see you controlling the elbows, keep them shoulder width underneath the shoulders here to start. And then step your feet straight back, bring your body into line. Use your core and hold that line from the shoulders to the hips or the heels. Now we're going to go back and forth toward compressing and curling everything in. The forearms stay where they are. Stay on your toes. And then walk your feet forward. Go ahead, bend your knees. Get your hips up as high as you can and round your spine. Bring the knees in close. You're targeting the armpits, keep in mind. And then walk this back out. Lengthen out your body. Come back to your forearm plank. Again, like that. Walk your feet forward. Stay on the toes. Heels are high. Let your hips go high. Walk the knees in close to the upper arms, maybe toward the armpits. And then again, walk your feet back out and bring your body into line. One more time. Walk it forward. Hips up high, heels up high. Bring the knees in as close as you can. And this time we're taking this toward baby crow. So bring the knees toward the armpits, try to touch your upper arms. Now, if you can find that contact, look forward, start to lean, go slow. See about lifting your feet even just a little bit. And then go ahead, release this when you're ready. Bring this down, come back to hands and knees, back to all fours. And once you're back in all fours, just take a moment here to breathe. Now you can just stay here and breathe, take another stretch if you like, but whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move with your down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Pressing your palms, flatten your hands, and keep your fingers spread wide. Feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Now as you press in your hands, go ahead and sink your chest down low to the floor. Even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high as you can. Now let that reach of the hips start to straighten and lengthen everything out from the wrist creases through to the hips. Hold some tension through your core, through the belly, around the low ribs. And as your hips press up, if your legs are tight, let that go. Put a bend in your knees. You can always just stay loose and pedal this out. Let your hips move from side to side. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here and let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin, but restack your spine. So just slowly roll this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly and release this at the bottom. With an inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips to the floor, to the shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step it back to high plank. Now find your shape here. Wrists under the shoulders. Palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and keep your spine lifted as high as point in the shoulder blades. Take an inhale when you're ready. And with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides, and lower with control all the way down to your belly. Once you're down, go ahead, flatten the feet up behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take it up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted this time. Keep the lift in your upper body, press into your feet. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward. And lift this up a little bit higher. Now stay lifted here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just set your hands down. Now slide your hands forward. Let's take this in a Sphinx. Forearms parallel, palms down, elbows underneath the shoulders here to start. Spread your fingers wide and grip the floor. Now as you're holding on with your hands, press down with your feet. Squeeze your glutes and keep your hips grounded. And then draw your chest forward between the upper arms. Now to take it further, keep gripping the floor. Reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Maybe start to bring the elbows up off the floor. You don't have to take this too far, but draw your spine forward, up and out of the pelvis. As you start to move further into the bend, just take this to where you can. Take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly bring this back down. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Bring your chin down to the mat. And then we'll take this to upward facing dog. So when you're ready, with an inhale, go ahead, straighten your arms. Pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet in this position. Keep your legs active, work to lift the knees up from that. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, try to pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc through the front. Lift with your arms, lift up with your shoulders, give your neck as much room as you can. Keep your chest pulling forward. And then take a deep inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high, come back to down dog. Pedal out for a moment, let your hips move side to side. Now from your downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. And with the exhale, sink into chair. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, just feel your feet. See that your feet are set within hip width distance. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. We're going to bind this from above. Bring the right hand behind your head with the palm facing in. Left palm faces the other way. Now clasp your fingers. And then with your left arm, draw the right arm behind your head. Press your head back into your right arm. Keep your shoulders back. Keep your chest open. Just take this to where you can. Keep looking forward. Maybe sink your hips lower. Now lift your toes up off the floor and we'll take this back and forth. You're still in chair. Bring it forward. Lift your heels up high. And then just roll your heels down. Bring this forward again. Lift your heels. And then set your heels down. Now one more time forward. Heels stay high. Hold here. Keep your gaze forward. Keep breathing. And if you want to take it deeper, keep the heels lifted but hinge from the knees and maybe bring your thighs toward parallel to the floor. You don't have to go too far. Now just set the right heel down, left heel still lifted, squeeze your legs toward each other. Maybe hover that left foot. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release. Both hands down, left foot steps back, come into low lunge. Now from here, we're going to take this to a forearm side plank. So I want you to bring your left forearm down to the floor. Elbow to the side, left hand goes to center. Slide the right foot back and roll to the outside edge of your left foot. Now you can stay on the right foot or you can stack your legs, right arm high. Take this to where you can, keep your hips lifted. If you can go further, half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face away. Further still, open up the right hip, right knee points toward the ceiling, right big toe toward the floor. And then just touch the right big toe down to the mat in front of you. Lift the knee, bring the big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind, and then stay on the toes of your right foot. Keep the heel lifted, and use that right foot to press your hips up higher still. Draw the right shoulder back. Take an inhale. With your exhale, bring the right hand forward, right foot forward. Come up onto your left hand. I know it's a little bit clunky, but find a little lunge. Now, once you're up, take a kneeling lunge here. Bring your left knee down, left foot flat behind you. And then bring the right foot a little further to the right side. So make the stance nice and wide, probably wider than you usually would. When you're ready, bring your hands to your hips, and with an inhale, just bring your torso all the way upright. Everything from the left knee on up stacks to vertical. Press down into your right foot and kick the left foot into the floor. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, vertical twist, right arm back, left arm forward, open to the right side. Inhale to center, reach your arms up high. Exhale, twist again, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale to center, arms up high. Exhale one more time, right arm back, left arm forward, hold here. Now keep your chest open, try to keep your arms in line. Look back toward that right hand. With your next inhale, turn to center, reach up. And then take this into a steeple grip. So hands together, interlace your fingers, but point the index fingers toward the ceiling. Now, if your chest is tight, go ahead and bend into the elbows. And if your shoulders are more open, maybe you straighten the arms, but keep your shoulders back, keep your chest open, keep looking forward. Now, press down into the right foot, kick into the left, keep your hips stacked over your left knee like this, and just move from the upper body. So go ahead, bring your chin to your chest, round your spine from the top, pull your belly in, and point the fingertips down to the floor, maybe touch down. Press into the right foot, pull in from your belly, lift from the waist, and come all the way to vertical, open up your chest. Bring it down again. Chin to chest, round your spine from the top, pull your belly and keep your core engaged. See about bringing the fingertips to the floor, and then press into the right foot, round this back up, and point your fingers up high. One more time, chin to chest, round your spine, try to move smoothly here, move with control, pull your belly in, and then bring it back up, all the way to vertical, and open up your chest, shoulders back. Now bring your gaze up high, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release that interlace, left arm reaching high, right arm reaching down toward your left heel. And maybe you touch it, maybe you don't. Look down the length of that right arm. Keep the left hip pressing forward, keep breathing here. With your next inhale, turn forward, reach both arms high. Exhale, hands to your hips. Now lean forward, tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. Find your high lunge stance. And give yourself a moment to balance this out. Now deep bend to the right knee, left leg towards straight, left heel lifted behind. Keep your torso upright. And then take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face, and we draw that shoulder back, reach your left arm high. And we're going to go back and forth from this position into balancing. So take an inhale here. Now at the exhale, lean forward, belly to the right thigh, left arm reaches back, look forward. And then with your weight forward like this, press into the right foot, lift that left foot up off the floor toward warrior three. Now bend the right knee, set the left foot down, bring yourself upright, left arm high. Again, like that, hinge forward, reach back, look forward. Press into the right foot, lift your left leg. Bend the right knee, set your left foot down, bring yourself upright again. Hinge forward, reach back, look forward. Press into the right foot, lift your left leg. And then bend the right knee, left foot down, come back upright one more time. And then hinge forward, look forward. Press into the right foot, lift your left leg, hold your balance here, and keep breathing. With an inhale, slowly bring this up to vertical. Hands to your hips, left knee high. Take a moment to breathe, dig into that right big toe. Now once you're stable, line the left knee up with the right. We're going to take a dancer variation. Reach back with your right hand. Take hold of the inside edge of your left foot. Now once you got that grip, kick in your hand, line up your knees. If you're ready to take it further, left arm high, look forward. And then kick into that right hand, lean against the tension of the kick. You don't have to go too far. But if your chest comes forward at all, be sure you're lifting your left knee. Draw the right shoulder forward. And just take this down as deep as you're able. Stay balanced here. You can always put a little bend in that right knee, keep in mind. Now from wherever you are, slowly bring it back to vertical. Left knee lifted, hands to your hips. And then just set the left foot down next to the right. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands. Let's take this into crow. Palms down, grip the floor with your fingers, lift your heels. And bring the knees to touch your arms. Now look forward, lean forward, go slow. And then see about moving into balancing. If you're going to take it there, try to lift your feet together, big toes to touch, heels toward your seat. Now if you want to take this toward a lopsided crow, come down into all fours. Now for that, it's going to be right forearm down, right over to the side, bring the right hand to center, that forearm's diagonal. Slide your left hand back and stack the elbow directly over the wrist. Keep the elbow pulled into your side. Now look down, tuck the toes of both feet, lift your knees, get your hips up high. Walk your feet further in, get the hips as high as possible. Now left elbow stays pulled in, left knee to your left arm. Right leg squeezes toward the left, use your inner thighs, and then see about lifting the right foot. Take it to where you can, and move through your vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. From downward facing dog, let's take this into the other side. So when you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach up high. With the exhale, sink down into the chair. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and sink your hips down low. Now again, feet set not too wide within hips with distance, big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. And let's bind this from above. Left hand behind your head with the palm facing in. Right palm the other way. Now clasp your fingers and use the right arm. Draw the left arm behind your head. Press your head back into your arm. Be sure the shoulders are at the back and your chest is open. You're still looking forward. Maybe sink down lower. Now lift your toes up off the floor. You're still in chair. Take it back and forth. Roll forward with your heels up high. And then set your heels down. Bring it forward. Lift your heels again. Set them back down. Now one more time forward, heels stay high. This is good enough right here. Keep your gaze forward, but if you want to go deeper, maybe hinge on the knees. Bring the thighs toward parallel off the floor, heels are still high. Now from wherever you are, just set the left heel down, right heel still lifted. Squeeze the legs toward each other. Maybe hover the right foot. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Both hands down, right foot steps back, come into your low lunge. Now low lunge to that forearm side plank. So come down onto the right forearm, elbow to the side, the right hand's towards center, roll to the outside edge of your right foot. Now slide the left foot back and maybe keep the foot on the floor, keep your hips lifted. You can stack your legs if you're ready to take it there. Left hand to your left hip if you want to hold this. Now if you can go further, take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face, and pull that shoulder back. And then open up your left hip, left knee high, toes point down. Now move from your left leg, big toe to the floor in front of you. And then lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Now stay on the toes of your left foot, keep the heel lifted, and use that foot to press the hips up higher still. Maybe draw your head back a little bit here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, left hand forward, left foot forward. Come up onto the right hand as well into low lunge. And let's take that kneeling lunge on this side. So right knee down, right foot flat behind. Now stack the hips over the right knees. Bring the left foot further left, probably wider than you'd usually stand. And then hands to hips, bring yourself all the way upright. Everything from the right knee on up, stack so vertical. Now with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, twist, left arm back, right arm forward, open up. Inhale to center, arms up high. Exhale, twist again, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale to center, reach up high. Exhale one more time, left arm back, right arm forward, hold your twist. Now try to keep the arms in line, keep your torso upright, look back toward that left hand. With your next inhale, turn to center, arms high, and then find a steeple grip. So hands together, fingers interlace, index fingers point toward the ceiling. Again, you can have the elbows bent wide if you need this to keep your chest open. If you can straighten your arms, be sure your shoulders stay back and you can look forward. Now from here, just move from the upper body. Kick into the right foot, press and left. Keep your hips stacked over the right knee. But then round from the upper body, chin to chest. Round from the upper back, mid back. Pull your belly in, see about bring your fingertips down to the floor. And then draw your belly and restack your spine. Back to vertical, looking forward. Again like that. Chin to chest. Round your spine, bring the fingertips down, press into that left foot. And then pull your belly in. Bring yourself upright with your chest still open. One more time like that, chin to chest. Round this down. Pull your belly in, use your core as you bring this down lightly. And then pull your belly in as you lift back up and restack. Open up your chest. And then go ahead and release that grip. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just reach that left hand down toward the right heel. Right arm still reaching high, still leaning back here. Look down the length of your left arm. With your next inhale, turn to center, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands to your hips. Now put the weight to your left foot, tuck the toes to the right. Lift your right knee, find your high lunge stance. Just be sure you're still balanced here. So deep bend left knee, right leg towards straight. The right heel stays lifted behind. And then take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face. We keep that shoulder pulled back, right arm reaches high. And we're going to go back and forth from here to balancing. So as you're ready, just lean this forward, look forward, right arm reaches back. And then pressing your left foot to lift the right leg. You bring this toward a warrior three. Bend the left knee, set the right foot down. Come back upright with the right knee high. And then again, hinge forward, reach back, look forward. Pressing your left foot, lift the right leg. Bend the left knee, set the right foot down, and bring yourself back upright. Again, like that, lean forward, look forward, reach back. Press into the left foot, lift the right leg. Bend your left knee, set the right foot down, come upright one more time. And then hinge forward, look forward, reach back. Press into the left foot, lift the right leg, hold here. With an inhale, slowly bring this to vertical. Right knee lifted, hands to your hips. And pressing that left big toe, be sure you balance, keep looking forward. When you're ready, take this to dancing. Line the right knee up with the left, but reach with your left hand. Left hand comes the inside edge of the right foot. Now kick into that hand, line up the knees, let this draw the shoulder back. And if you want to take it further, right arm high with the palm forward. And then kick into that left hand, lean against the tension of the kick. Be sure the right knee lifts if your torso comes forward at all. And just take this as deep as you're able. Now keep your balance. You can always put a little bend in your left knee, draw the left shoulder forward. And just breathe with this here. Now slowly bring this back up to vertical. Hands to hips, right knee high for just a moment. And then set the right foot down next to the left. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with exhale, set the hands. Let's take it back to crow. So palms down, dig your fingertips into the floor, lift your heels. Bring the knees to touch your arms, and then look forward, lean forward, take it slow. See about lifting your feet. Big toes to touch, heels to your seat. Take that to where you can. Now, if you want that lopsided crow, come down to all fours. And then it's left forearm down, left elbow to the side. Bring the left hand to center. Slide the right hand back, elbow stacks over the wrist. Keep that elbow pulled in. Tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees, get your hips up high. Walk the feet further in, hips higher still. And then right knee to the right arm. Squeeze the left leg into the right. Keep your hips up high, maybe lift that left foot. Just take it to where you can. When you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, bring your knees down and come into all fours. We're going to take this into Gomukhasana right away. So I want you to bring your right knee forward to the center line of your mat. Right foot goes left. Cross your legs here and squeeze the left knee in directly behind the right. Feet as wide as you can get them. Now as your legs are squeezing, sink down. Come to a seat between your heels. And if your hips are too tight, you can always sit this down with the left leg extended forward. That's the bottom leg. Right leg crossed tightly over your left knee. Now give yourself a moment, get both sit bones down. And then let's take half the arm bind. So right arm across your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back. Now maybe take hold of the right wrist, maybe reach to the elbow. But draw on the right arm and feel the stretch on the front of the right shoulder. This could be good enough here. Now if you want to take the full bind, right hand up between the shoulder blades, left arm from above, and see about finding that grip somewhere in between. Now, wherever you take this to, whatever combination of stretches you have, and there's nothing wrong with that half bind, keep in mind, I recommend you just stay upright and keep your chest open. Let the shoulders get drawn back. If you want to fold it forward, feel free. Take an inhale. Now, at the exhale, release whatever arm bind you're in. Now, just slowly, set your hands behind you, keep your legs crossed, but lean back and set the right foot flat outside your left thigh. You can extend the left leg if you need to, or just keep the knee bent. Now, both sit bones to the floor, left heel outside the right hip if you're going to keep that knee bent. We'll take Lord of the Fishes. Right hand sets behind you, inhale the left arm high. And with the exhale, move into the twist, left elbow past your right thigh. Now, keep your spine tall, reach your crown of the head straight up. Look back over your right shoulder. Use your left arm, press it into the right leg, and keep extending, keep twisting, and breathe as deeply as you can as you twist. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release this. Bring both hands over to your left side. Lightly open your chest to the left. When you're ready, turn back to center. Hands behind, lean back, untangle the legs. Roll forward your hands into all fours, and we'll take those poses on the other side. So once you're ready this time, bring your left knee forward to the center. Left foot over to the right. Squeeze the right leg into the left and get your feet out wide. Now, as your legs are squeezing, come down to a seat in between your heels. You can always extend that right leg straight forward. And again, just give yourself a moment. Now to take half the bind, left arm from below, palm facing away. Right hand reaches back. You can hold the wrist, the elbow, something in between, whatever you like, but draw on that left arm and feel that stretch from the front of the left shoulder. Now, if you want to take this further, bring that left hand up between the shoulder blades. The right arm comes from above. See about finding a grip somewhere in between here. And again, just take this to where you can. Now, from wherever you are, take an inhale. And with the exhale, release whatever arm bind you're in. Hands down behind you. Keep your legs crossed, but lean back so you can set the left foot flat outside the right thigh. Now, right heel stays outside your left hip. Both sit bones down. Lord of the fishes here. Left hand down behind. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale, move over to that twist. Right elbow past your left thigh. Now, keep your spine tall. Reach up through the crown of your head. Look back over your left shoulder. And use your right arm, press it to your left leg. Keep extending tall as you're twisting to the left and keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your twist. Bring both hands to the right side. Lightly open your chest to the right. And then when you turn to center, hands behind, lean back, untangle the legs, and this time, come all the way down onto your back. Now once you're down, draw your knees into your chest, squeeze everything in tight for a moment. And then go ahead and bring your feet down to the floor. So we'll take this into one long round of back bending. I'll start the cueing with bridge and then lead into wheel. You can stay in bridge, you can start with wheel, or you can just move one pose to the next. So whichever. Go ahead, set this up with your feet about hips-width distance apart, heels close enough to your seat that your low back's as flat as possible while you're down like this. Arms at your sides, palms down, just keep your gaze high. With an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, and stay lifted. Now keep your glutes squeezing, hold the tension, lift, keep pressing your hips high, and this is good enough. If you want to deepen your bridge, go ahead, bring your hands under your hips. Interlace the fingers, maybe pull the palms toward each other, maybe pull your shoulders further behind your back. And if you want to go deeper still, if you got the reach, you can hold the ankles, use that grip to press your hips up higher, open your chest still further. Now, if you want to take it from bridge to wheel, keep your hips lifted, but release the hands. So the hands go around your head, palms to the floor, fingertips toward the shoulders, elbows high. Go ahead, pressing your palms, you lift to the top of your head first. And then whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. So it's hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back wall. Keep your glutes squeezing. And if you need more room for your low back, you can always lift your heels out of pose. Now squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. Open your chest. Keep your breathing long and smooth here. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring everything back down to the mat. Once you're down, draw your knees into your chest, squeeze it all in. And let's take this to happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet and stack your ankles above your knees. Now pull down on both sides. Draw the knees toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. And just keep the tension working up and down. Now you can rock this side to side if you like. And maybe extend the legs out further if you want to deepen this even more. But keep that tension. Keep pulling on your feet as your feet press back in your hands and keep breathing here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here. Let your body sink down into the mat. When you're ready, let yourself move again here, bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then stretch this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then go ahead, draw this back in. Bring your elbows toward your chest, draw your knees up as well. And then just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. Then go ahead, ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale, hold on toward the top. And just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.